What up? There we go. Okay, we got it. What is up? All right, we're live now. Sorry about that. Minute late. Not even. No, we're still right on the dot. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Josiah, Real. What's going on? Oh, look, Christopher. What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? If you're here, chat it up. Thanks, everybody, for being at party time. What's going on? KG on demon timing. Oh, interesting. Monkey, swell. What's up, everybody? Giovanni, what's up? Yeah, hey, everybody. Yo, what up, everybody? Thanks for being here. I have a surprise for everybody, but I'm gonna give a little more time for people to file in. Pretty cool surprise. I'm really, really excited about it. I hope everybody else will be excited about it too once it's announced. What's up? Noah, you're always here. Thanks. What's going on? Christian Rios, what's up? Happy streaming, Najakira. How's it going? If I mispronounce anybody's names, I apologize. What's going on? Do a flip? That's not gonna happen. Sorry. That is one thing. Maybe one day. Maybe I could train for it. Sorry. Nice beard. Hey, thanks. Hey, what's going on? Anthonel, I hope I pronounced that right. Howdy, howdy. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Super appreciate it. I know this was a totally random stream. It is part of a show that I'm going to be doing hopefully every week. If you know, our timing allows it, but I plan on doing it each week. But I do have, and people are still filing in, so I'll give it just a little bit more time before we start. But I have a surprise for everybody. When we do these shows, I'm going to be joined by some people. And I think they're awesome. I hope everybody else thinks they're awesome as well. Turtle. I like turtles. That's all I think of when you say turtle. I like turtles. Lewis Berry. ZVCK. Oh, sorry. Hey, PB and Jen. What's up, Jen? How's it going? Jazz King, what's up? Seeing so many familiar people. Thank you to everybody who is here. Thanks for being here. All right. Well, hey, MDW Edits. Can you give my man Sean O'Hara a shout out? Sean, shout out to you. Also, MDW Edits. Thank you for that super chat. Super appreciate it. Hellman, thank you for watching. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just straight up tell you guys. We're going to do a show every week from now on, and I have really awesome people with me, and here they are. Say hello, everybody.
I'm sorry.
Somebody talk.
Supposed to say,
okay.
I did it. I talked. I swear to God.
Okay.
I thought you were going to lead us. I thought you were like introduce us or something.
Well, no,
like,
I said say hello, and you're all like this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are they muted? How do I?
Oh man.
No,
Like,
absolutely
wow,
not. We
what is
are
happening?
here. Hello, chat. Hello, all. And also, I do think that we're awesome. I want to second that and third it and fourth.
Yes.
You know,
we got to encourage the self-love.
Oh my
you know,
God.
just like in Spider-Man No Way Home, when Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is kind of down on himself, Toby brings him up. He's like, what is this with the self-negativity? You're
self-talk.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
Hey,
Enough with the
you're
down.
amazing.
Listen, that's not just that's just Andrew Garfield. That's my husband. Like, of course he's gonna have that. Oh yeah, throwing the gauntlet.
That's a
down
good
for
one.
that
That's a good one. Andrew's
You know?
a great
Oh
one.
my
A great
God.
one.
We'll talk about
What's
that
up,
later.
Noah?
But my goodness, with the way he put his hand up on the ceiling like that, tell me. I know he was trying to be like cute to Zendaya, but I was like, do it again. Do it again.
A lot of people saying long time watcher. This is their first live stream. So that's
Really?
Hey.
Oh wow.
Well, I
Welcome.
appreciate everybody being here. Greetings back to Costa Rica. Greetings to everybody. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
This is the new Cosmic Wonder team, and we have Jasmine. If it's like it is on my screen, she's below me right now. Is that right?
I
Yes?
am. I'm
That's
below
right.
you. You're on my screen below too. Yeah.
It is as it is.
To her right, Law, who's been on the channel.
Hello.
Who many of you might recognize, and Chris. Chris has been gone for a bit, but he's back. He actually never left me. He's always at.
Yeah, I've always been here. I've just been in the
but
background.
on screen, he's always been here. So we're gonna get into it, but I would love for you all to meet these awesome people who are joining the channel, and we are going to start with Jasmine.
Ugh, of course. Jesus.
Oh nope!
I
stop.
love that you're saying
I didn't mean to do that.
and you just put your face on.
I don't know how to
We're
bring
gonna
it
do
up.
that.
If
We're gonna
this
put
isn't a
prettiest
symbol,
one here,
Did it?
Lauren.
I did it.
if that's not a symbol for how this show is gonna go, I don't know what is. Hey everyone. Like they said, my
Can
name
you
is Jasmine.
imagine? I'm like, hey
My name
everybody, meet Jasmine. Go, Jasmine, talk.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so here I am. A little different. that being said, hello. My name is Jasmine Page Moore. I know I'm like out of focus now. And they were like, no, bring back Warren. But I have been,
They can still hear us.
I've been on this space for a very long time. I started off acting and I still do act a lot. I'm going to try to focus myself up there. But I actually got into the internet space in the pandemic and I started with cosplay. I had a closet full of cosplays and I needed that escape. So I started doing cosplay. And in fact, my very first premiere was the Black Widow premiere. They saw my cosplays. They brought me in. I know, fun facts. They brought me in and they sent me a description and it said, dress up. But I said, I'm not just going to dress up. If I'm going to go there, I'm going to wear an outfit inspired by, and that honestly started a whole trend. Now all cosplayers, if they get invited, they somehow find a way to, thank you, that fixed it. They find a way to do gowns inspired by the characters that the show is presenting. And so I started a movement with that. On top of that, while on the internet, I am a huge champion of inclusivity. So be that women, be that POC, be that anyone who ever felt like they were put down or didn't belong in a space. What I absolutely champion is making sure that every space you enter is a space where you belong. And I know that that's also something that the gentleman in this chat also echoes. So I love that I'm a part of this team now. You can catch me hosting on red carpets, and you can also catch me hosting on my own channel and hopefully here as well. Period.
Yes. Go ahead. Shout yourself out.
Oh shit.
Handles, Instagrams, all that stuff.
Anywhere where Jasmine Page Moore on Instagram, but if you just look up Moore Amor, that's my last name, MOOREAMOR, you'll see me. You'll see my cosplays, my book reviews, my interviews. I think Sholo was the last person I interviewed, and that's blowing up because we talked about anime and I apparently didn't let him say a word. So oops.
Awesome, everyone. That was Jasmine. So glad she's here. I will say I will address a few chats real quick. First of all, I'm going to address 85 Close. You're so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and say that's the Jasmine.
That was definitely for Law.
I think that was for you. 100%.
I think it was a collective compliment.
Yes.
Together we are.
There we go.
It is received.
Boom,
Thank you.
Boom.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, Varun, been watching you since I was in college, 26, married, running a business. Look at that, man.
Oh,
Congrats.
wow.
Congrats to you. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go right to this devilishly charming man, Law.
Oh, shit. That's me. Sorry.
It's so jarring. It just blocks you. You're not ready for it.
Oh, my God. Well, I know what the zoom in is just like, oh, my God.
It's abrasive.
Okay, Law, are you ready?
Yes, I am here.
I didn't wait. I didn't even wait. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to bring it back for just 2 seconds. I apologize. But Chris, Bucky Barnes NC says Chris is pretty.
Oh,
Chris is
there
pretty.
you go.
And he's an OG from your stream, so that's why.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but okay, no, back to the pretty Law.
All right, here, cool, back. What's up, everyone? Good to be back on the channel. My name is Lawrence Sharma, but you can call me Law because that sounds way, way cooler. But yeah, I'm an actor out in LA. I do a lot of hosting myself, entertainment journalism. So you'll catch me on red carpets and junkets, like on the internet, generally speaking. I'm a huge advocate for the same thing Jasmine echoed as POC talent and uplifting people of color in this space, especially in the entertainment industry. You could catch me on my podcast, Tremendous Talk podcast. But yeah, man, I'm just excited to be here. Major geek, have been a geek my whole life. And so it's nice to be in a place and in a space where it's celebrated. And I see all these comments coming through, and I'm just so excited to have these conversations with fellow nerds and geeks out there. So thank you for having me on, Warren, and let's get it. Cosmic Crew.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Yeah. Thank you everybody for being here. That was Law. Did you do a shout out for your handles?
Oh yeah, my handles are everywhere, like TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, all of it is Law J. What was that?
Instagram. He's been drinking beforehand, I think. He was so excited.
That's what I was doing.
Hammered right now.
I'm actually always drunk. That's my secret.
You can't be drunk if you always are. It's just a state of being.
True. That's my norm. just becomes the
Yes.
norm.
Drink responsibly out there. If you are of legal drinking age, just put that out there. But yeah,
we
all
got
my
the Cosmic
handles-
Wonder is not responsible for anything.
Disclaimer. I'm
Like,
always
not
bringing it
responsible.
up.
Gotta put a little disclaimer here. But
Yeah,
that is
so-
all, everybody.
Yay.
Yeah. Thank you, Law. And then
No
bringing it up.
problem.
What? And then we'll bring it up to Chris right now. Go ahead. Oh wait, there you go.
Yeah, I like it.
Just in case.
There you go. Yeah, that's
There you go. That's Law.
Oh my god, that was so cute.
this
It was
is
a screenshot.
It's me, everybody. I know a lot of you guys know me. I've been around since, the
Wow,
very
brag
early
much?
days. Warren and I shared a bed for 6 months starting this thing. And,
This is true.
I would still share a bed with Warren if I didn't have such a pretty wife. But with
I'm
that being
pretty-
said,
I'm just kidding.
with
like,
that, no, I saw your face. It's a true story. Warren and I,
I'm hiding my eyebrows because they're so expressionate. I'm sorry. I thought
Warren
I was
and I,
being
Warren and
good.
I both quit our jobs on the same day. And we
Wow.
shared a college dorm, and we grinded out videos every single day. And it's been a long ride, but now we're here, and there's so many of you guys that we recognize. We're so excited to share the Marvel universe. Obviously, something that connects people from 90 to 5. Can't tell you how many little
Wow,
children
way
are
to
running
cap it at
around.
90. Psh.
Yeah, 90. 93-year-olds hate
Okay,
Marvel.
if you are 90, if
do
you
hate
are 91
Marvel,
or
I've heard
older,
that.
you cannot.
No, get out of here.
If you're 91 or
Um,
older, Marvel's
but
not
no,
free. Pop
We
culture
have
is
a
not-
lot of fun. This is going to be an awesome group. I can tell you, we were starting just getting in and like getting everything set up because it's the first time. And I was like, guys, stop talking. Like, this is the content. It's so funny. We're having a good time.
I'm gonna
and,
be very clear. He didn't tell us to stop.
I did. I told you twice. You just kept talking over me.
Well, because you didn't say it directly to my face, okay?
But yeah, we're gonna have
It's getting
fun. I'm
real
really excited.
hot
I'm
real
glad.
fast.
This is the energy I want.
I'm glad Warren finally got this organized. We've been talking about this for a long time, and y'all just keep showing up, and we'll keep bringing some good content.
Mm.
Oh, Chris
Boom.
M. Rosser on Instagram, the Culture Chris
Do you
on,
have-
on X. I don't have a cool thing like he does. Chris M. Rosser on Instagram, the
What
Culture
are we
Chris
supposed to
on
do?
X, and on YouTube you can check out Cosmic Crew because
That's so
we're gonna be
funny.
doing some
Did
fun
you
stuff there
each-
as well.
Did you guys
Wait.
each say X?
I
Because
did.
We
still say
had-
Twitter.
No, I say Twitter.
still
Did you
say
just say
Twitter.
that we had our own hashtag? Do we have our own hashtag?
I didn't.
Did you say
say
the
that.
Cosmic
Crew.
Crew?
Cosmic
No,
Crew.
Cosmic Crew is another channel that I run.
Oh,
It's gonna be our
Never
gaming
mind,
channel. I just asked you if you were a gamer, and you're like, I love gaming.
I do love
Or-
gaming. I didn't
or
know that was
cos-
correlated.
I don't know. We could say we're the Cosmic Crew, and then what we
that
used
was
to say is
channel.
Cosmic Fam. We used to say Cosmic
I like
Fam.
that. That's cute. We can throw it to the
Yeah.
chat. Let the chat decide what the hashtag is.
Well,
Yeah,
the chat is
what
part of the
are we,
Cosmic
chat?
Fam. They're part of our fam.
They are the
Oh,
fans.
Hey,
I
chat,
see.
what
Okay,
are
well, okay. Chat right now.
Do you want to be crew
From
or
here on
fans?
out, are we Cosmic Crew or Cosmic Fam? And then we could just call that channel Cosmic Gaming if we needed to. I'm hearing a lot of Cosmic Crews.
I mean, it rolls off the tongue. You know what I mean?
It does.
It's
Hey, if
so
they
what's
identify with it,
funny
it'll
is
be easier for them to find the other channel. So I'm okay with that.
what's funny is Chris and I, when we started this, we for some reason when we would do other things, it
Everything
would
was-
always be CC,
Yeah,
Cosmic Culture,
Cosmic.
Yeah.
Crew.
Cosmic
Okay.
Crew,
There was
Culture
one called
Captains.
Created.
Hey,
Ooh,
Candino, what's up,
Captains is
man?
kinda
Thanks for showing
fun.
up to this one too. Cosmic Crew. I mean, I don't think I see one for Cosmic Fam.
I
really
mean, and someone literally paid to have it. So at this point, I feel like we're bound by monetary assignments. So.
don't. Hey, Galaxy Geeks, what's
I'm gonna
going
do.
I was
on?
I'm gonna
gonna
do
say.
one up on Law, and I'm just gonna post my link in the chat.
Oh, you guys can
Crazy.
do that as well. That is something
Crazy.
You should definitely do.
I'll do one better.
Anthony, welcome.
I'm a mod. I don't know if you can do it.
Yeah, that's
No, you
true.
guys
I don't
can.
know if we can post links.
Oh,
Yeah, I
maybe
can't
not.
top that.
Hey, Cantina,
New
thanks for becoming a member.
Whoa!
Tina talk.
Thank you.
What are
thank
we
you.
gonna do when we get new members?
What?
We need to do something for new members.
Yeah,
Didn't
sorry,
we
we're
just
using a new
applauded.
streaming. Yeah, we're doing a new streaming platform today. It's different than I normally use, so I'll figure out how to get stuff to pop up on the screen eventually as we do this each week. So I apologize for no big thing, but we will clap. We will. Thank you, Cantina Talk. So I actually, hold on, Cantina Talk actually has a great channel himself, and so does
Oh.
Galaxy Geeks who are in here,
Oh,
and I'm
what
sure
do
other
they
people
do?
do as well. Cantina Talk. If you take a guess, Cantina.
Do we talk
Oh,
about
Star
your-
Wars.
Star
That's
Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, and Galaxy Geeks do great reactions as well. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the chats for being here. Anthony Solis is a member as well. Thank you for being here, my dude. We're also friends in real life. We've seen twice together. And
You're a twice. You're a once over there.
he's a
Solus?
once, yes.
Is that
twice.
that's K-pop, isn't it? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who's your
I
stand?
got my
Uh,
little Twilight slide stick up there. We are.
I've,
Me too,
I've
right here.
also
Right here.
seen Twice with you, Warren.
Chris has seen twice with me, so I have
I've also seen
LeSeraphim right
Blackpink
here.
with you, Warren.
I've
You
never.
have.
Well, now I have to go see
Yeah.
Twice. That's I haven't seen them. That
It's the
well,
best.
All right, next world
I have
tour. We got a Cosmic
my light
Crew,
sticks.
hang.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I have
Yeah,
Fourth
Cosmic
one
Crew
LeSeraphim.
has
Company
all the
Retreat
best
is for
K-pop
episode
stuff.
2. It's crazy.
Look
Here, a new member alert. Whoa.
Hey!
Hey!
Just drop
Whoa!
it?
Did you
I'll
just
do the
do
sound
that?
effect. I'll do the sound effect.
I
Bling,
just
bling,
did
bling.
it because
Hold
we
on,
were
hold
in
on.
traffic.
Hold on. Are you trying
you
to
just
one-up me,
drop
bro?
it?
Bling, bling, bling,
Bro.
bling,
Yeah,
bling,
see,
bling.
it's on the back of my desk.
Wow.
Well, I draw,
Wow.
I draw
Stop
this
trying
then.
to show me
Haha.
up, man. It's both of our
No.
day one, okay? Bro,
I-
put it on.
Here, are we showing?
Your
I got-
background's already so much nicer than mine. I can
It's
only
just
do
an
so much.
ADHD nightmare, okay? I'm distracting everyone with my background.
ADHD nightmare should be
Uh,
someone's autobiography. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Cool band name, I call it.
New band name, I call it. Love it. Parks and Rec. Well, all right. I already love this. I'm in love with this. I hope everybody's loving this show so far. I wanted everybody to just freely talk so you can get to know all of us, but we do have a structure for the show ish. I'm sure we're going to get off of it a lot, and I'm okay to get off of it a lot because I really want you to get to know everybody and see their true sides. But a lot is happening and we're not just going to talk Marvel. We'll talk, pop culture if other things come up as well. There's a lot going on. Superman, Stranger Things, like there's so much going on right now. The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan has the crazy big cast that I'm like super excited for. But to kick it off, I want to start off by talking about an evil Avengers team that Doom is going to have. And I'm actually curious right away because I'm not sure if some people have really heard about this. And I'm looking at these two down here. Oh no.
Hold on. Hold on.
Talking about Marvel.
I was like, Marvel, I thought this was a DC show. I didn't. Anyway, but we did. We had a little brief conversation prior to pressing play on the stream, and I didn't. Apparently, I'd missed a few episodes of Warren's YouTubes where he talked about it. That being said, I have my own theories. I have my own ideas of things. So I want to, and I don't think you're going to talk about it because my evil Avengers has to do with Marvel zombies. So I don't know if that's what you're going to talk about. Oh, I'll get to it because there is. I got things.
Okay, well let me dive into it, and then you can start to see. We'll let you talk first. I'll explain what this is though, and then it doesn't sound like it's gonna link up with what you,
no, I don't think so.
what you think
mine's a deep cut.
Okay. Well,
I have to go first. Okay, go.
I'll explain first though. So basically, what happened is, the Electric State. The Russo Brothers' new movie starring Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown. Law, you were there. You talked to Chris Pratt, actually.
I was there. And you know what's funny? Jasmine, you were on the tip sheet for that event. I thought I saw you.
Excuse me?
Face. Yeah.
I was walking the carpet?
Yeah, you were on the tip sheet. So I expected to see you there and be like, hey, we're going to do a show together.
Epiphany.
What was this? Because that happened so... Okay, listen. So
we're going to do a show together.
That was on Monday or Tuesday, I think.
I don't have a team. So I like Disney brings me in for things and like I'm around, but like I don't have a team. I'm kind of doing everything by myself. That being said, I do have a publicist friend who kind of helps me along. So if I'm finding out that something was missed and I was supposed to be...
I will have to double check, but I'm pretty sure you were on the tip sheet. But yeah.
I would
the
cry.
Electric State
would cry. Oh no, I was there. Oh, Electric State, 100%. Yeah, I
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Okay, well there we go.
No, I 100%. I 100% was supposed to be there.
Stream, everybody.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I was 1000% supposed to be there, and then like I was like, I found out about this yesterday. Like, I don't have an outfit. I'm not gonna go. I truly said no because I did not have an outfit, and I just
wow.
But it is Agbo's latest. I think it's the Russo's brothers' only movie until like the Avengers films coming out.
So that's kind of the big thing, right? Is they, the Russo brothers directed the Electric State, Chris Pratt's in it. So naturally everybody's like, yo, Avengers, Doomsday, Secret Wars, y'all are directing it. So I saw a lot of outlets basically ask the Russo brothers about Doomsday and Secret Wars. The big reveals, I should say, came from Deadline and the Hollywood Reporter. Credit to them. And unless you heard something very specific, because you talked to Chris Pratt.
No, I asked Chris Pratt about returning to Star-Lord, because Dave Bautista on comicbook.com, he had just already talked about he would never come back to Drax unless James Gunn was helming the project, writing, directing. And so I asked Chris Pratt, I was like, do you have the same feelings? Like, would you come back if James wasn't involved, if the Russo brothers weren't involved? And he was basically saying, like, it has to be story, it has to be really strong, because James's shoes are super full, or like super big to fill, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like a non-answer, but also like major kudos to what James established for the Guardians as, like, you know, that's probably one of the better written teams in all of the MCU, you know what I mean? If not the
for sure.
Team. Yeah.
Well, and what's funny is, like, at the end of Guardians 3, though, it says the legendary Star-Lord will return. Like,
yeah,
I don't think,
so
you know what I mean? I think
we're
expecting everybody. Well,
I mean, they
expect
said the
everybody
same
to
thing
return.
about Moon Knight, but they left it vague as hell. So I mean, when and
But
if.
Well, kind of on the same topic that we're talking about now, interviews with recent things going on. Head of Marvel Television, Brad Winderbaum, just recently said, yeah, Moon Knight's coming back, but we're not doing season 2, which is a bummer, because I really like Moon Knight season 1.
Which is such a bummer.
Big bummer.
It's a total
one of the best shows.
I think it's one of the best shows, right? So, but the Russo brothers were asked about Doomsday, and they specifically said the story that they are writing with Stephen McFeely is they use the words, it's going to be radical, was one of the words that they used, and challenging to them to do, but also to the audience. So if you're here on the channel, you know I do leaks, right? Not only do, like, insiders hit me up all the time, and but also people all the time hit me up anonymously, like through my email. They're like, hey, here's what I heard. And I'm like, oh, we lost somebody?
He's still here, audio only.
Oh no, we lost Law.
He was like, I don't want to hear these spoilers. He's like, he wants to get fresh.
I'm out.
He's like, a leak, I can't do that.
I'm gonna lose my access to the red carpets. I'm out.
There we go. Yeah, he's like, I can't lose what I have.
The Disney snipers are here.
Yeah, right. Feige jumps on the call somehow randomly, just like,
please don't put that energy out there. Do not do that, because I would see that.
Oh, I'd have some questions. I'd be like, now that you're here, let's talk.
Love what you're doing. Couple questions.
Couple of notes.
Few questions, like 100. That's all, you know. But no, so the Russo brothers said it's going to be challenging and radical, which is a very interesting word. But what we were hearing prior to that, I'm just going to call it a rumor, was that Dr. Doom, and we've been hearing this for a while, for like over a year now. And what it started out as is Dr. Doom's going to have his own team. And then it turned into Dr. Doom is going to have his own Avengers team, consisting of variants of the OG Avengers that we know and love. So that's like the report from the Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, somebody who said Chris Evans is returning, Scarlett Jo's returning. So apparently it's going to be an evil Avengers team that Doom has. And the purpose of that is to pit them against the people who they know and love. So, like, Steve Rogers returns as Captain Hydra, goes up against Sam Wilson's Captain America, right? And Bucky, right? So it's like a big connection there. ScarJo, Black Widow goes up against Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova, right? The sisters type of thing there. So basically to get those big emotions going on. So a lot of people are thinking, myself included, that's what the Russos meant when he said it's going to be radical and challenging to the audience. That's what a lot of people are like, well, he's talking about this, right? This kind of rumor that we've heard. We feel like he's talking about that, pitting them up against loved ones, and also making people who we love and for over a decade, these heroes, evil. So that's the evil Avengers, Law and Jasmine. So that's.
I watched your video, Warren. I knew the answer.
Did you? I did
watch it. I did.
It's like you edited it or something.
Every minute of it. I watched it all.
In fact, I probably watched it multiple times in that sense.
Listen, I was there. I was there at what the hell was that con? San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, I was there in the audience when
just forget
when that
San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, I'm going to so many effing cons. Like it's where I make my money.
It's the con.
Con
Hey,
of
man,
all cons.
depends on what you're doing at the con.
Hey.
But I am not the biggest fan of RDJ coming back as Doom. I'm I'm a very emotionally clearly driven person, and so yes, I love these characters and I appreciated them for the time that we have them, but they all left us in very pivotal and significant ways, and that's the emotion. So now if you're going to bring these characters back for what feels like a gimmick to me, I just think it takes away from that emotional stake that we had. Like it feels more for profit rather than for progress, and that to me doesn't feel good, especially when we're building up all of these new teams. We have the Thunderbolts coming out. I mean, everyone loved that Super Bowl, the Super Bowl trailer that dropped. That, talk about emotional stakes from that. We felt that when they said we are the Thunderbolts. Like, that was beautiful, and we're seeing these new families being built. So I get what you're saying, having this new family fight our old family, but again, that feels more like a gimmick rather than an actual emotional thing, I guess. It just feels silly.
Let me intervene for a second. I'll ask Chris this. I don't think it's a gimmick. I don't think Chris does either. I think it's taking advantage of the multiverse saga.
Yeah, I think this is exactly it. Unless you had more to say, which feel free to go, because I've got a lot to say.
Go ahead.
I actually think
ahead.
we're on the opposite side of the aisle on this one. I remember the night it happened, and clearly, all of us are extremely tapped into Marvel news. Not much happens in Marvel that we're not sitting there like, oh, guess what? Like, it's not even been tweeted yet, and we're like, Warren, did you see this?
Right.
I remember that night specifically when they announced RDJ, and I think that's the most original excitement, nostalgic excitement that I've felt for Marvel's future in a very long time. Warren and I are talking back and forth like, wow. Now, I don't know if that was Warren's necessarily feelings, but I remember having that conversation with over text, and I was like, I felt that emotion. You said like, oh, it feels more for profit. Well, guess what? Iron Man 1 was for profit. Iron Man 3 was for profit. Captain America 2, like, it is for profit. And I think this is a good way to build that profit. But first and foremost, I'm a believer that any movie that can't create emotion isn't good. That's where the Marvel movies for me miss, is where I can't emotionally connect. I don't care if RDJ comes back as Groot. I will emotionally connect to that.
I think we'd all emotionally
give them
connect to
more
that.
ideas.
Because we get a big reveal. He's like, the truth is,
I am Groot. So I personally am
imagine?
extremely excited for that. And I think a lot of people can get behind that. Does it maybe feel cheap? It can do.
I think I have to see it. At this point, I don't know. It could be the most beautiful film that ever comes, but I'm just going off of my emotions and how I felt. And I loved how all of these people had their send-offs, especially Chris Evans, Captain America, passing that totem, going back and being with the woman of his dreams. Like, that to me felt like a perfect ending. And to bring, like, I think even Chris Evans in himself was like, I'm good. Like, I want to pass this off. Like, I'm okay.
Still be back.
Well, let me go back. Let me go back.
Everyone's 90.
Yeah, exactly, right. Well, let me go back and then I'll ask Law about it. But yeah, right. I am with you, Jasmine, though, because I do think, it's a cash grab. It totally is. But I think with everything that, like, okay, I don't know. I know Chris's thoughts. I don't know a lot of Jasmine's thoughts. I am a big advocate of Jonathan Majors. I think he should still be Kang. I wish they never redid that. I wish he was still Kang.
I'm good with redemption stories, just him as an individual. I love that. But also, it just got so messy. I think that just the storyline of Marvel got so messy making that decision.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's too late now.
Well, and so
time.
Yeah. Well, and so that's what I'm saying is, like, Marvel got put in a hard situation for themselves. They pivoted away from Kang, and we're going to be honest, like, Marvel's a bit of a lull with the fandom. Like, fans like, it just hasn't been peak. It hasn't been super, super good. Emotion. Yes, we've had some great projects in there, and this was right when Deadpool and Wolverine was coming out, right? Same week in San Diego Comic-Con. So they clearly made this decision before Deadpool and Wolverine came out and it was received so well. So they're going, we need to get people excited again, right? And hey, what do? Bring back RDJ. Is it maybe a cheap move? Sure. But is it a good move? I still think it's a great move.
I don't know. That I can't argue.
I will say I would rather have Kang still. I think it was building up to.
Are you saying you'd
really
rather
good.
have Kang over RDJ?
Right now, yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. I've been pretty open about that. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm super excited for RDJ to come as Doom. I think they can do a lot of really creative things with him. But the Kang storyline they were building, like with Loki and the TVA and the Council of Kangs post-credit scene and Quantumania, I'm like, this is awesome. Like, I can't wait for this to happen. Having said that,
I know people in
Doom,
the chats are giving me shit for the multiverse. That's the multiversal story that I wanted. All of those different Kangs and the origin of Kang, like just that in and of itself is such a beautiful comic storyline. Like that's what I wanted to see. And who knows? I mean, the way that we're talking about Jonathan Majors in the news nowadays, I feel like that's still a possibility. Maybe. I don't think it's fully...
yeah. Well, since he's coming back with Magazine Dreams, he's been a lot of people are really excited that he's come back. But I will say, you know, Doom is the main player in both Secret War storylines in the comics.
Yeah.
Doom makes sense. Go for it.
I think for me, just I have a lot. I have like just like things to say about everything that was sprinkled in. But to start with Kang,
you have to
start. Let me talk, guys. Come on.
No. I always look for an opening, and I don't want to like overstep. And you guys are echoing. Like I think I feel for all three of your opinions at once. You know what I mean? Like when I remember being at Comic-Con and hearing the wave of nerds around me outside at the gas lamp kind of erupting with excitement, because it is exciting to see Robert Downey Jr. in Hall H in this reveal. And I was super excited, but the more I thought about it, the less I was in love with the idea of bringing back this guy who's so iconic as Tony Stark to play a villain I would have really liked to see an unknown or a different actor play, because Victor Von Doom is the GOAT of villains in a lot of ways, and especially in the Marvel universe.
He's my favorite. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's such a threat, and he's a threat to so many heroes. It would have been a really great story. I will say, though, I am disappointed that we don't get to see the Kang storyline through because of all the things that you said, Warren. Like everything with Loki, He Who Remained, like Quantumania was kind of a bust for me, but there was an idea that the multiverse story would like open up doors to, like, it would have been earned to see like different people from different universe. When I actually got to talk to Stephen McFeely at the Electra State carpet, and I asked him straight up, I was just like, how are you going to introduce a villain like Victor Von Doom with no lead up? And it was very much a
first-hand here, people. First-hand here, people. I haven't seen this anywhere else.
It was very much a sidestep of the conversation. He's just saying it will make sense, and I hope the audience likes it. That's all he basically said. Is because they're figured. That's probably like the radicalization that you're mentioning, or like what will be challenging for the audience is like kind of letting go of the things in Marvel that they let go of, which is unfortunately Jonathan Majors' Kang. Right, you know what I mean? Like I won't take away that season 2 of Loki and the storyline that they use with that Kang variant is incredible. Like that's just like really good TV. But moving forward, if they're going Doom, the comic side of me is just like, oh hell yeah, Doom, Secret Wars, like I can't wait to see that. But I'm also so nervous about like, why did they choose RDJ? What was the reasoning? Like, yes, he's a fantastic actor, one of my favorites, in fact. But do I see him in that role? Can I erase the part of me that's like sees him as Tony? So if we do go Dark Avenger or Evil Avengers, that makes a little bit more sense, because it's like in his universe, he's like that Tony Stark figure that brings together these other super powered people. That's interesting to me, but it's also like not what I hope Secret Wars is. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to see evil doppelgangers versus like the heroes that we know and love.
I think it's a cute story, but yeah, I don't want that either. Like I
think this is just the start of Doomsday, not Secret Wars. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that's the best way to utilize the multiverse stuff that is set up, is like, hey, there are variants. By the way, you remember Spider-Man? Like, remember this guy? Like, sure, like let's do it. Deadpool and Wolverine did it a little bit, right? Like,
and I definitely want the multiverse, because I mean I'm a Miles Morales fan, so give me that segue. You know, find a way for him to slip into it. So I am for the multiverse. I just feel like I want a really clever way of us getting there, and I don't. For me personally, RDJ is not the way for us to get there. But if it is, then
what Law was saying, though, like the fear is like, oh well, I wanted somebody else to play Doom. I wanted a new actor. I had different ideas of who I wanted to play Doom. But I think realistically, nobody's really sitting here believing that RDJ is going to be the Doom. He's a
The
Doom.
Doom.
We'll see
Right,
him. We'll see
Oh.
other Dooms. And I know Warren's not
Mm.
even convinced that he actually is Doom, which I'll let Warren jump into because he still thinks he's Tony Stark. But realistically, for me,
Yeah, I
knowing
do.
that this is a way to tie a bow around the bow that was already tied for these legacy characters, and then the fact that they're using the multiverse probably to jump into a MCU reboot where now we can have a new Iron Man, a new Thor, a new Captain America, completely different, and continue that
I'm
into
gonna
the
pause you right
X-Men.
there. We have a Captain America. Excuse you. There already is a Captain America.
A new Steve
The
Rogers.
movie just came out last week.
A
Yeah,
new
there
Steve
you go.
Rogers, perhaps. Then. But I'm talking about specifically legacy characters
Yeah, sure.
that can return and start over with, pause for dramatic effect, a different Doom that isn't RDJ. So, like, for realistically, knowing that that's probably what's on the horizon, I obviously am very pro. Okay, let me see RDJ again, and let me see different variants of Iron Man as RDJ and as Tom Cruise and as all these other people. Let's bring my favorite character back for the final time because this will be it. Because then they're moving on to a whole different universe, and the whole comic theory of how the multiverse restructuring works. That's a whole different discussion. But there is some excitement there. Yeah.
Well, let me jump in and just say I agree with all sides, and that may sound.
You cannot, Warren. Pick
I was
one.
gonna say that it's like a cop out, right? It's like a cop out. You can't just agree. I agree with everyone. Everybody loves me, okay? No, because a part of me really does like the cheesy things, like the fan service and stuff like that, right? Like a part of me really does like that.
Yeah.
Like some people say Spider-Man No Way Home, oh, it's not as good as it was when I first saw it because like the the fan service part, I'm like, I think it's done perfectly. I think the fan service, if done right, is a great thing. I'm a fan, service me, do it. Like I'm here for it.
I want to be fed.
I want it.
I'm a fan.
It's like
crazy.
It's like
that was crazy. We're just gonna gloss over that. All right, sorry. Continue.
Anyways, hold on. Let me just do this right here.
Oh, you moved it now.
Oh, we're
switched.
Now she's
No, hold
underneath
on.
me.
I fixed it.
Okay.
I like
had
Law.
a panic attack.
I like
Yes.
Law underneath me.
Oh.
This feels comfy.
Oh.
I hear that a lot.
I won't
bet you
comment
do.
on anything. I'll let Jasmine make some comments if she wants to.
I won't. I'm gonna.
just,
the chat is already having a field day with me. I'm gonna go ahead and step back with that one. Thank you, though.
Oh, really? I haven't
There
even.
you go.
I haven't been. I've been listening
There's
too much.
been a few, but I mean, I'm, and I hate to throw this talk about low hanging fruit, but I'm a woman in a space, and this is your home, and so I knew that so it just, I'm ready for it.
It's okay.
Be happy.
You're gonna be here for a while, and you're gonna be here a lot. So get used to it, people.
Warren, tell us about the MCU reboot.
Please.
Is this like what chat wants? Is this what y'all want? Like, what are we doing?
I don't know. I was just trying to.
I think that was a segue.
About what I
I'm gonna bring it back to one thing that Chris said that Law and Jasmine got a reaction from this. I don't think RDJ is playing Victor Von Doom. I think the Russos can say what they want. I think Robert Downey Jr. can say what he wants. To me, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, right away, I was like, no, he's a variant of Tony Stark who's went down a different path. He might even be like a superior. He might even be the Iron Man from the 838 universe where the Scarlet Witch killed the Illuminati, and he's gonna seek revenge on our universe as a superior Iron Man. And like those Ultron bots we saw could be his Doom bots, right? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like what you said, Jasmine, though. It's like, but why would you choose RDJ? Like, why him to come back play Doom? Why the man who just like made Iron Man what he is? Why have him come back to play Dr. Doom if you're not gonna link it to Iron Man at all? I just don't see the reason why.
When I look at that, and when I saw that news, when I saw RDJ rip off his mask, my mind went to Valeria, and it went to, is this the Doom that I see raising Mr. Fantastic and Mrs. Fantastic's child, because they have such a symbiotic relationship as they're growing up. And I just don't see a story. And then, we got the Fantastic Four trailers and we got all of that linking it together. And my mind has not left Valeria. And I just don't see RDJ being the one that raises the fantastic children. And so my mind, I don't think so, at least for this one. So I echo your sentiment of he might be a Doom, but he is not Doctor Doom.
Well, I
Not
definitely
Doom.
don't think he's going to be the main Doom moving forwards, right? So I think we get like the soft reboot after Avengers Secret Wars. The multiverse gets destroyed either in Doomsday or Secret Wars, and then they restore it somehow, and then we get our main universe with the Avengers, the X-Men,
Didn't we already
Fantastic
do that
Four.
with Loki? Didn't we already have the multiverse
No,
destroyed
no.
and then we made one singular timeline? Wasn't that the whole thing of Loki? So we're redoing that again?
Mm-mm. That's the absolute.
Am
No,
I-
the multiverse still
Loki did.
exists.
Okay.
Loki
Deadpool and
sacrificed
Wolverine's
to
a different
create
universe.
The Lokiverse.
My apologies. I was like, this.
Yeah,
Why
no,
does this feel like
Loki enables the multiverse to exist now. He holds it
Yeah.
together.
It's the opposite.
So
hence the tree
So-
and all that? Yeah.
right, exactly. And so, and it's we won't get into it, but it's complicated because there are different timelines and there are different universes.
Mhm.
Right. So there are multiple branch timelines from multiple different universes. Right. So it gets pretty
Yeah.
crazy. And Marvel Studios has been kind of sloppy with how they've kind of explained it a little bit. But but like, so Deadpool and Wolverine, you know, like they went to several different universes, but they talk about how, you know, Deadpool's in the 2005 universe. And then they talk about him being a part of the sacred timeline, right? A completely different universe. So no, the multiverse past the reboot is going to be a new main universe where the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Avengers all exist. So moving into that, I do think it's going to be a different Doom because, and this may just be me wanting this, we need a proper Doom backstory. There's not enough time to do it in the MCU just going into Doomsday. We need everything with Latveria, right? We need everything with his mother and Mephisto and his
All
love
the
interest in the
sorcery.
beginning. Yeah,
Like-
right, exactly. So his love interest in the beginning, I say Valeria, you say Valeria. I've been
Valeria.
told both are right. To this day, every time I say it on YouTube, everyone's like, "You're wrong." Even when I say it the other way, I just say Valeria now. But you know, that's his original love interest in the
Mhm.
beginning, right? And then that's why, you know, when he saves Sue from, you know, giving birth to Valeria.
I
then
will
Valeria,
say
blah, blah,
this
blah, blah.
though. I will say this, talking about his love interest. I can see Doctor Doom using her and sacrificing her to make his armor. I absolutely can see RDJ doing that. Do you guys know
Ooh.
Valeria? There's a hole in the comic. Sorry, not the child, his love
I was
interest.
like,
There's a
whoa.
there's a
Right.
whole
No, I just
section-
got what you're saying. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know,
Just
there's
sacrificing children.
I mean, again, no, but there's a whole subsection of the comics where Doctor Doom sacrifices Valeria and uses her to make his new armor. And it's a really like dark because he's like in love with her and they have this very sweet
Right.
moment. And then he uses his spells and she literally goes into it. So such a sick comic. But I definitely, yeah, someone said it's twisted in the chat, but I absolutely see RDJ doing that.
That was you, AJ.
He does. Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say, let me say, if there is a character in all of Marvel canon who needs a preface with a completely different actor in a completely different universe to hype people up who maybe aren't as comic literate, and then go into a new universe with some idea of taste of who that character is with a new actor and a new storyline, it's Doom. He's one of the biggest characters in Marvel canon. He's one of the most powerful characters in Marvel canon. So if we get a little hors d'oeuvre Doctor Doom RDJ menu, and then we jump into this new rebooted MCU, and we get
With
a
a
new
new one?
Doom, and RDJ just kind of gave us that flavor for it, and then they go get
Right.
unnamed actor number 6, and he crushes it.
Number
We're
six.
in for something fantastic. That's why I'm excited for RDJ as Doom, because he's gonna spread the name. Not every single person that watches this stuff has read a Doom comic or knows who he is beyond the guy in Fortnite, you know? And this is gonna get people interested in this character. It's true though. You can say all you want.
Sponsored by it
But
was the
there is-
Fortnite drop.
There
Hashtag
are a
sponsor
ton of
us.
people-
Epic Games. Listen, I love that
Hey, yo.
season. That was sick.
There are a ton of people
You know what's
in this
funny?
chat.
You know what's funny, Chris? Do you remember? Fortnite
We were
sponsored
sponsored.
me for
We
when
were
that
sponsored
came
by 'em.
out.
Yeah,
Did
They
they
were
really?
sponsored by Fortnite.
We got
Yeah,
a
they
big old
did.
fat
Bro,
Epic
living the
Games
dream.
chat.
They
That's
paid me and they
crazy.
bought the whole battle pass for me.
Yeah, we got a big old fat Epic Games
And I
check.
did videos on it. Yeah.
Wow.
But no,
remember that.
not
Anyway.
any. There's not a single person in this stream of however millions of people are watching us right now. But there are a
All the
ton
millions.
of 12 to 18-year-olds who have never read a Doom comic and need
Sure.
RDJ to tell them who he is, and then
Yeah.
flash flood to the new world with the new legacy characters: Wolverine, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four. Oh, and the new Doom. and his
Yeah.
whole beloved storyline.
And to add to that, you know what I actually think would be pretty cool too, because the thing with Doom in the comics is like he's a villain, but sometimes he's good. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing with Valeria and helping. And you know, in 2015 Secret Wars leading up to it, with Doctor Strange and Molecule Man, he's trying to save the multiverse, right? Until he realizes that he
Anthony's
can't.
agreeing with me. I want everybody shout out Anthony.
But to your point, it would be really cool to see just a really evil Doom
Also
by Robert Downey Jr. And
Also
then going into the new saga, they're trying to show Doom as like he can be good, but the audience is like, I don't know, you should.
But I don't trust
remember
him.
what happened before.
He melted a little kid into armor.
He sacrificed
It wasn't a little kid. It was
Jasmine's
his love
liking.
interest.
I know.
It wasn't a child, though. I wouldn't put it past him. I would not.
Yeah.
No, but that's my
I mean,
stand on it. It's a money grab,
yeah.
yes, but it's a character and an actor who I love playing a character who I love, and he's going to introduce a lot of people who don't know who he is to the world, and then hopefully
That's a nice
pass that on
perspective.
to somebody new.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be quiet.
I feel like people saw that with John Krasinski too. They
Also
got to
true,
see
absolutely true.
Mr. Fantastic
should have been
before.
the main one.
God, I
No,
loved
I
him.
would've-
You like
loved him as Venom. He was
wait.
my
You
favorite
like
guy.
John Krasinski more than Pedro Pascal, Warren?
But now I'm
Yes.
excited to see what
Yeah.
Pedro's gonna do. You know what I mean?
I love
like,
him.
like
Yeah. Go
yeah.
on. Sorry.
100%.
No, that's it. And so I was curious because if you guys are talking about like this refresh, right? Like does that mean all the new mutant stuff and this Fantastic Four film would live in that rebooted world? And then so all the like I'm confused.
Warren
Or are
can
we gonna
explain this.
reset
So,
again after that?
I'm gonna sit back and let Warren do this one.
So
Yeah.
so basically this is I don't know how to what to call it, but basically, you know, some people are saying like it's not necessarily a gimmick because like look, stuff
It
like this
happens in
happens
the
in comics all the time,
Yeah.
right? You know, and
Every
like
comic run ever.
and you think of Crisis on Infinite Earths, right?
Mhm.
There's a new universe created after, and like a bunch of people from other universes are now in one universe, and what's interesting is they forget the previous universes that they were in, and they believe the current universe that they're in, which is new, has been the universe they've lived in through their entire lives, right?
Except for some.
That's what it, except for like a very few people. That's what I believe it's going to be like for the new universe. So we'll have people who remember everything what happened before, but it'll be like for a lot of these people, it'll be like they always were in that universe for their entire lives. So I'm thinking like Scarlet Witch will remember basically anybody who helps create the new universe. So like, you know, Franklin Richards is going to be in Fantastic Four. He helps rebuild the multiverse because that's, you know, he can create pocket universes and such. So kind of going to this new one, it's essentially Marvel's chance to like essentially, and I'll use this word because it's just fitting, prune what they don't want to survive. Right. So
Very nice,
whatever
very
they
on brand.
deemed as like bad before, or like, you know, maybe there's not a future with this character. Maybe it's not resonating well with people. Pruned, doesn't survive the new universe. The new Fantastic Four, they're obviously brand new. They survive. Right. And then, by the way, we're doing a new X-Men team with completely new people. But at the same time, Deadpool and Wolverine are going to survive as well and continue forward. Right. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it's going to be.
Interesting. That sounds complicated, but hey,
feel
It
bad
sounds
for,
complicated, but it really is a chance for Marvel to clean house if they wanted to, essentially.
And I think beyond that, it's the way that they can have the new young X-Men with the Avengers. Because there is a new Captain America and there might be a new Hawkeye. Like, call it what you want, but nobody's excited for that. Like, realistically.
Yeah.
They're not.
Like a reboot?
No, just what we currently have in the Avengers space. I don't think there's a whole lot of, wow, there's a new Avengers movie coming out. I really can't wait to see all these characters who I don't have any emotional connection to team up, and they've never even talked to each other on screen before. I think this whole reboot that Warren's kind of lined out, which is exactly how it happens in the comics at the end of Secret Wars, is a way to say, okay, now let's recast a new Iron Man who isn't 90 years old. Let's get a new Captain America. That's why I said new Captain America before. And a new Black Widow, all these characters. And they get to share the sandbox with the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and they can all grow up together, and we can start over and go crazy.
They can grow up together.
Yeah.
Which is why it's like, yeah, it's complicated, but it doesn't have to be. And that all comes down to the people who do what they do best doing what they do best. And that is what it's going to come down to, right? It's all great in theory, but it does come down to it making good sense on screen.
Yeah, I will say for those who have seen the movie, I think most people here, for Captain America Brave New World.
Spoiler alert!
No spoilers. I'm not going to
Oh.
talk about
So
these
violent.
Oh my god, guys, run!
As
Run away!
you-
Spoilers! Well, thanks for looking out for people, Chris.
Thanks.
I got him.
It's
got
only
your
been
back, guys.
2 weeks, but yeah, for sure.
I got your back,
Yeah.
guys.
Well, I'm not going to talk spoilers, but what I was going to say is, although I wasn't in love with the film, I thought it was solid. Wasn't in love with it. I think it actually did a good job at like showcasing Sam as Captain America. I do, but what I wish they would have done a little bit better was set him up a little bit more to be like the leader. And I don't know if he's going to be the leader of the new Avengers team in Doomsday. I don't know what they have planned, right? But they talk about it a little, and I'm talking about this because they showed it in the trailers. President Ross is like, I want you to reassemble the Avengers team, and then they talk about it a few more times throughout the movie. I wish they did a little bit more with that to really show that Sam's taking charge, and he's like, yeah, this is going to be my Avengers team. Jasmine, we were talking about this before with the Thunderbolts, and I've heard a lot of people mention the Thunderbolts in the comments. Thunderbolts, I think, is going to be fantastic. First and foremost, every single time I see a clip about it, trailer, something like that, I'm like, this movie is
Do we all
going
agree
to
on
clap.
that?
Sentry
We all
and the
agree on
Void
that?
looks so good.
100%.
I can't
Okay,
wait.
we
Oh
all
my
agree on
gosh!
something.
The Super Bowl trailer showing the Void. I was
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's great.
oh
yeah.
snap!
Oh my
The
God,
effect,
I was like,
the
oh,
way they did
snap.
that, I was like,
Yeah, just
Ooh,
like
sent the
just like-
fear into me. Like, there
Yeah.
is no escaping that.
Yeah.
That just
yeah, that's fear.
oh, and seeing that.
And you know what
can you
it-
imagine watching that in IMAX? Just
I
the
know.
sound of that.
IMAX sponsor us. Well, what I really love is I feel like for the first time in a long time, this is a feeling that I haven't felt in a while. I watch it and I go, how the hell the Thunderbolts going to beat Sentry? You know what I mean? Like with Captain America Brave New World, I'm like, okay, there's ways he's going to beat the Red Hulk. And we kind of like know, like eventually he's going to talk him down, right? I knew that going in.
Sun's coming up.
You don't have to tell me any leaks or anything like that. You know what I mean? But are you muted, Lo? Okay.
No, we were doing
I was
the sun's getting
saying
real low,
the
big
sun's
guy.
getting real low, but I didn't want to.
Oh, gotcha.
Good job,
I was
Lo.
like,
But then I ended up
Muted.
distracting you anyway.
They're having their own
Yeah.
conversation.
I'm just looking down. He's looking up. Like,
Literally, it's like the Full House moment, or like the Brady
Yeah.
Bunch.
Oh yeah,
Oh, right,
Brady Bunch.
yeah. But no, like for the first time in a while, I'm legitimately like, how are they gonna defeat the Void? Like Sentry, like we literally see Sentry with his telekinetic powers throw Red Guardian out the window, and it's
I
just
have
kind
a
of like,
question that is it's clearly this is a team up, and I just want to know, who do you guys believe isn't gonna survive the end of the film?
it seems very
Thunderbolt?
obvious. Yeah, Thunderbolts.
We know
It seems-
one. We know one.
Well, that's
that
one
has
of
to, like,
it
Spoiler
seems
alert.
very obvious. So it's like it's one of those things where I'm like, it seems too obvious to actually happen. You know what I mean?
But
No,
all
the
'cause
those-
I-
promotional
Just do-
material doesn't say otherwise.
all those people that turned into shadows, they're not making it out.
Wow.
You don't think there's a reverse? We could,
Nope. I
No.
think Marvel
I
would
think
start
they
killing
die.
people.
No,
I don't-
because in the comics, when the Void comes, kills millions and
Millions.
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 They
How many?
oughta do that.
Billions.
Sorry, how many? I missed it. How many? was it?
Billions.
Understood.
Oh, Chris was saying billions. Though.
I don't know. I'm just yelling loud numbers.
Millions. But anyway, Law, continue.
Sorry.
No, I'm just gonna say there's a lot of shields right now in the MCU. So I'm hoping, if I had to guess outside of Taskmaster who would go
Mhm.
down, John Walker would be an interesting choice because I don't really
Ooh.
care about him that much.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody else.
But I know
Well, that
US
and they've been
Agent.
pressing.
I know
They've been
people
pressing
love
his
US
redemption
Agent.
story. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I just want
Yeah.
to add that they've been pushing his redemption story so far, and so I think he is the emotional stake. So if he does in that film,
See,
that's going
I-
to galvanize the rest of the team to go harder.
I want to
Oh, were
say
you gonna say that
for the same reason it's Red Guardian who will die.
Right? Because
That-
yeah, that makes sense
Because
too.
I think that would
he's
break
so
our hearts.
lovable.
And he
Yeah, it would
sacrifices himself for
break our
Yelena.
But the
Mm.
stakes, think of that.
And
for
then
the
Hopper's
audience
gonna
to be
die in
like,
Stranger Things season 5.
Oh my god!
No,
could you
Hopper
imagine?
lives, baby.
He's just
Don't put that on us.
Can you imagine they
Don't
kill
put that on me,
Stranger
Ricky
Things
Bobby.
and the Thunderbolts. They kill him in both.
He would get so
Like, I'm
good.
out,
David,
right?
David Harbour's just like after Hellboy, he's just like, I just need a break. Kill
Like,
me.
Kill
I got
me.
that
Just
Stranger
kill me
Things
and
money.
everything I'm
I
in
got the
now.
Marvel money.
Franchise.
I'm done. Just kill me.
Yeah. No, I think Red Guardian would be a real, like, if we're talking story wise, because that
Mhm.
would hurt. You know what I mean? But especially because that, like what Jasmine was saying about the Super Bowl trailer, the words he's saying, he's hyping up the team. Like, yeah, that one would make me hurt the most, but then I think
It
the
would.
team is infinitely less interesting without him. So
True.
that's my 2 cents there.
I actually like John Walker because I feel like
Yeah, he's not
this
bad.
this may be
I had
an
to
off
choose
take, but it's not for me. Especially with somebody from a military background, like he's very relatable to me because he's very human and he's not the Steve Rogers. But you know what? Most people in life aren't like Steve Rogers. Like that's what Steve Rogers is supposed to be. He's supposed to be better, right? So to me, he's kind of like, yeah, he got put in this position to be Captain America. He was a war hero. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that. He's fighting terrorists. He took the serum, and yeah, he took it too far. But at the same time, the whole entire time, I'm like, they were freaking terrorists. Why are we mad? Yeah, he did it publicly, and it was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But they just killed his best
Execution
friend.
with the
So I
shield.
totally understand. If they killed any of you guys, I'd go after them. Trust me.
Get him,
And
Warren.
so
With that
yeah,
shield
so-
right there.
That one right behind you.
Right here.
Right behind
or
him.
a hammer or Stormbreaker. I got lots of stuff in here.
Stormbreaker.
Light
That one
sticks,
actually might do it too.
light
That'd be
sticks. I
better.
could use light sticks like anything. Yeah. So it's like I get him. I understand everything where John Walker was coming from, and I think he was treated too harshly. And yeah, he's like the what do they call, like the Temu Captain America or whatever. Like
Oh, when he had like his
Agree, yeah.
well, it's like he looked like the guy
Yeah.
from Up, right? You know what I mean? Like when he had the mask on. Was it Up or was it a different movie?
Who was
You guys
wearing
don't know
a
what I'm
mask
talking
and up?
You mean like
He
the
looks like
pirate
the
guy?
like in one of the photos of him as Captain America with the cowl on and everything. He looks like the old guy from Up.
Oh, I'll have to look
I'll
that
find.
up.
I'll have to find it while everybody else are talking. Why are you saying no in the chat? Because of Liverpool something? We don't care
Yes,
about soccer.
be quiet.
Anyway.
That's why I typed it and didn't say it out loud.
Yes, we had
But-
specific rules: no religion, no
Soccer,
politics,
I guess,
and no
is
soccer,
Technically a religion.
and no soccer.
No,
Yeah.
soccer.
It's
is
soccer.
okay.
It can be a religion to people. Following your
Yeah.
teams can be a religion to
Yeah.
people. It really can.
I typed
It
it in the
really-
chat appropriately. Warren brought it to the conversation, not me.
Chris loves soccer. Chris, I don't get it. I'm not a soccer guy, but Chris leaves. Okay.
I
He's
don't think
getting-
he's leaving.
You know what?
Oh my God.
Yes, he
He
is.
just-
He's
there we-
gone.
there we
Oh, no,
go.
Chris
Nice.
That was not in the rules. We would have. Okay, I need to be back in the where I was right now.
He's got to get rid of all of us. Oh
I
my
have no
God.
idea how to make that. Oh my
Oh,
god!
Oh no!
Purple.
Oh no!
I did
Oh,
it.
there we
I
go.
did
I
it.
lost.
I did it.
I lost.
Okay.
I had the power of Grayskull for like half a second.
Jeez.
Oh.
You want the power? Take the power. Take it.
Power of Grayskull. No, it's too much. Go away.
I was like, ah!
Too much. I have nothing to say. How far
Bucky,
did
I'm a
we
hockey
get?
guy too. I'm a hockey guy too, and I'm really sad that USA lost to Canada last week. We won't talk about that because I'll cry. But I can't even see what that is.
It's Tom Brady.
Bucks. I'm assuming it's Bucks. Oh, Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady.
and Bucks,
Tom
yeah.
Brady.
From the Bucks.
Yeah. Well, okay, we have limited time because
No, we
we're
don't.
got to
We
get off
make our own
in
time.
about 24 minutes here. So I want to move on to what everyone's most anticipated project is for 2025. I think it'll get everybody in the chat a little bit of a chance to know us individually. We'll go ahead and start off with Jasmine again. Have
What
at
I'm
it.
so... okay, so what I'm... Well, because I initially was going to be like Daredevil, but am I allowed to say it's just for 2025? Any project that I'm excited for? Does it have to be Marvel or?
Yeah, stick with Marvel. Stick with Marvel.
God damn it. Well then,
Well, do both. Do both. But give us your
One of
Marvel
each.
one, and then give us another. Yeah.
no. My most anticipated. I do think it's Daredevil. I initially was going to say Fantastic Four, and while I am very excited about that for the future of Marvel and the MCU, especially hearing everything that you guys have said, no, I think Daredevil. I was such a big fan of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and the Daredevil that we had prior. I loved all those stories, and that's the perfect street level team up is Daredevil. And so now to have this Netflix revival, or I'm sorry, Netflix, Disney Plus, am I going crazy? Which one is it? Whichever one is coming on in a week. It's going to be rated R. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be exactly what we had been wanting. And going from 17 episodes to the now 9, we're kind of getting everything in this beautiful package. And I think that one I am the most excited for because I have such high expectations and also not a lot known. So there's just a lot more for me to chew on there, I think.
No, totally. like I just rewatched Daredevil on Netflix, and I'm like, it's so good. Like,
It's so
it is
good.
it's such a great.
And can I say
show.
I'm a stunt person out of all so I went to school for acting, but my secondary degree was stunt work, so I'm a trained
Very
stunt
interesting.
person.
I like
have
it.
so
You can
many
do the
fun-
backflip woman.
Yes, whoever wanted me to do a backflip, she volunteers as tribute.
I did not, but okay.
In that tiny
And here we
space,
go.
go.
Let me just pull out my
And-
mats and go. No, but I think the one thing that I'm really excited for, and I hope that they continue in it, is there was always that steady or like the one-shot fight scene where the camera didn't
Yes.
move and it was just
Does it? Yeah.
Oh, I'm so ready to see how they adapt that. I think so that Daredevil.
Okay, so then non-MCU, non-Marvel.
I think my non isn't this year. It's Woman of Tomorrow, but that's not till 2026. So that's my big one. But if I had to say one for this year, I don't know. I know. It's the only thing I care about. I'm excited for Superman.
I'm excited for Superman.
I
That's
know
the
that
one
I'm excited for Superman. I just feel like
While you wait your turn.
it's just hard for me because that movie has been hyped so much. I'm kind of pulling myself away because I want that childlike glee. And I think the more that I'm in this review space, and especially because we're getting closer to the junkets and the press releases, I find myself having to do more research, that I'm losing that childlike wonder. And that's the big thing about Superman, especially this Superman, moving away from Henry Cavill's version of it, where we had that dark, Batman versus Superman. It was so you couldn't even see half the scenes. This one is that childlike wonder. It's brighter, it's fun, and it's got crypto. So I want to maintain that childlike wonder as much as I can. So I'm trying to remove myself from it so I can experience.
No, I get it. I get it. All right. Okay. So Daredevil Born Again for Jasmine.
Yeah,
excellent take.
I love him, like childlike wonder, but fuck yeah, Daredevil.
Daredevil, blood, bashing people's skulls in with batons.
I think for me, my most anticipated Marvel project this year is going to be Fantastic Four, man. First Steps.
I was wondering who was going to say that first. Yes.
Yeah, Fantastic Four was the first comic book I ever picked up, and I was a kid. I remember seeing a friend reading like Superman, and he was just like, "Dude, you should go get into comics." And I remember walking in. I still have it somewhere like tucked away, but it was like this like collection of like the first 100 issues of like Stan Lee's like Fantastic Four, and so that has such a nostalgic piece of my heart. And I also, I grew up with the ones with like Jessica Alba and Young Grufford and Chris Evans. And the first one still holds up to me. It's not bad. Like for the time, it's not bad. The second one, the biggest gripe I have with the second one is what they did to Galactus. But like as they didn't know any better of its time, they didn't know any better, and they were still trying to make it understandable and palatable for like a wider audience. So people are like, well, maybe the studio is just like, they won't believe a giant man who can eat planets and shrink up and down sizes, but they'll believe like a natural cloud or whatever it is. I can forgive those things because it's another time, but I really have like Silver Surfer was kind of perfect to me in that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, when I watched them originally, I thought they were just amazing.
No, they're still really fun to watch. Like honestly, and they
are.
And that's why when I saw the trailer for First Steps and I heard the score for the first time, it's kind of like what Jasmine was saying about like that childlike wonder. That's me for Fantastic Four. Like, do I think Pedro Pascal is like my favorite Mr. Fantastic pick? Not really, but I'm excited to see what he does with it. Vanessa Kirby is straight out of a comic book. Joseph Quinn is a fantastic actor, a great personality. I would love to see what he's going to do with Johnny. Fantastic. And then I got, you got to give it up for The Thing as well. I really like what it looks like. I wish his voice was a little different, but like all that to say, I like that it's a period piece. I like that it's like, it's going to be really rooted in what the comic is. It's a family doing this together. And so, I don't know, and it's also coming around my birthday, so it's like it's almost
Herbie.
like I get it.
And they have the robot too, the Herbie.
Right, and like we're lucky we get like stuff like Marvel Rivals and stuff like that. But to do those characters justice is like is quite the feat, especially for someone
hard.
who has like nostalgic love for that. So that's me with Fantastic Four, and then my most anticipated outside of Marvel, unfortunately. Like if I had to choose non-comic book, I'd just tell everyone to go see Mickey 17. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, that was.
But then
Mickey
I
17
really
was
liked
good.
it. I really,
You
really
wait your
liked
turn too,
it.
Chris.
Oh, you've already seen it?
Oh yeah, I did. I
he's seen
got
it.
to interview Bong Joon-ho
Nice.
for it. And I was really, really thankful
Oh, very
for
cool.
that.
I'm very excited
But
for that.
I will say Superman.
Oh, Hickman, Fat Four is
Just
great.
the way that Superman has never been a character for me that I was just like, I love Superman. Like never, ever in my life. Until the last like maybe 5 years of my life, I started to like crave characters who were very hopeful and very optimistic and
Why,
I
Law?
think that let's
get into it.
as my
Baby.
sensibilities change in life, I needed to you want to embrace those good things too. So
Yes.
I'm excited just because Superman is a hero that I think for me didn't resonate anymore, and now I need a hero like that more than ever. And so I'm excited to see James Gunn's vision. I really trust him as a filmmaker and a storyteller. The excitement that is behind it is really enticing to me. I think their Lois Lane is perfect. I love Rachel Brosnahan.
She's fantastic. Yeah, she's awesome.
She's so good in Miss Maisel, and like when I heard she was going to be Lois Lane, like not only is there just like the geeky boy like love that's just like, oh, it's Lois Lane, you just instantly love her. She just so happens to be the marvelous Miss Maisel. I love that. But
real quick, I really hated Amy Adams as Lois Lane. So this was just such a delight.
Can I say something? I hated that they didn't change her hair color. I wonder if I would have loved her more if they would have committed her more to that role. But the fact that
maybe.
the trail maybe exactly, but a little extra, like was it in her contract that she couldn't dye her hair? Like that's Lois Lane. But it's like if whoever was on that team and decided it doesn't matter, wasn't a true comic book fan, or didn't really care about Lois Lane enough, and it just kind of hurt me a little bit.
Fair, especially since she is like the Deus Ex Machina for those movies. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm just not a super huge Amy Adams fan, and I do love comic book movies, and I'm kind of like you, Law. I've never connected with Superman as much as I've connected with like Batman. Like Batman's my all-time favorite hero, or even like Thor is my favorite. Thor, Wolverine, my favorite
All
Marvel
these
hero.
Damaged and troubled heroes. My goodness, guys.
For real.
Oh yeah, no, we all have terrible past.
Let's talk about trauma next. All right, let's go.
Okay, Chris, go. Talk about your trauma. No.
So when I was 4, I hate Superman, guys. I can't stand Superman.
Okay. Anyways,
I'm still going. No, I need to be above law.
How does it feel, Law? So can it? Man.
Do you really not like Superman?
I cannot stand Superman.
Wow.
Can you give us the elevator pitch as to how Superman
not
hurt
even
you?
human.
That's why.
He's not human. He's like this perfect guy that just can't be defeated, except for some rock, which we always manage to find. And I just never connected with him. I just never liked Superman. He just drives me nuts. I love Batman. Batman's incredible. I love all sorts of DC characters, but I've just never liked Superman, and I've always said that. That's never been a secret.
I mean, I'm not with you completely. I've always thought.
No, I'm very aggressively on the
right. I like Superman. I like Superman a lot. I'd probably say I love him, but he's been a character that I've had a hard time connecting with because he is so super.
Yeah,
100%. How do you guys feel about the Martian Manhunter?
I think he's cool.
What about him? Yeah,
I only mean to say is I feel like those two are very, at least in some ways, very similar. They're both very OP.
Yeah, but I don't mind him as much because he hasn't been put on the pedestal that Superman's been put on. It's about the pedestal for me.
Oh, okay. So it's not Superman that you dislike. It's that they put him on the pedestal.
Like Superman.
I don't think there's anything. Well, one thing I will say, I don't think there's anything wrong with like idolizing Superman. Like I would.
Oh no, I don't either. I don't like it. Yeah. No, I've just never really connected with that character. So just before we got into my picks, I never liked.
I was gonna say,
I've always been open about
So
that.
not Superman.
So not.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
No,
So not
Superman.
Superman, most
Yeah.
anticipated.
Yeah, what are you
Mostly for me, what I hate about Superman is the hope. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Well, I was gonna say, what?
That's what the F stands for.
Who hurt
This is
you,
your
Chris?
best friend?
Who hurt you?
Jesus.
No, I was kidding.
Oh,
I
the
was
Philippines is here.
kidding.
Mabuhay.
Hey,
Sorry.
Philippines, welcome in. No, you're good. That's exciting stuff.
Kumusta?
No, yeah, you just came in at a really weird time. Hope's great.
Okay,
I'm most
MCU.
excited for Fantastic Four. I think Daredevil's going to be the best, and I'm secretly excited, and I know it's not going to be as good as I hope it will be, but Wonder Man. I think Wonder Man has a lot of potential. I don't think it's going to hit the way it should, unfortunately. Yeah. I hope it does. I hope it does. But I want to be really excited for it. Not Marvel movies.
You can be really excited for it.
No, but if you get really excited for it, and then
hope.
It's like
that's hope, and we already.
That's hope, and Chris does not like hope.
Yeah, we're not doing that here.
That's Superman shit. Get that out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Ballerina.
Oh,
the female John.
Oh,
Wick.
you guys, the John Wick. Yeah.
That's gonna be good.
Because that's
excited for that.
Anna, right?
Anna de Armas. I was very excited for Mickey 17, but that was taken from me already. So I'm not going to say it. I can't copy other people. Nobody said the Minecraft movie, which I find very surprising.
Listen, I wish it looked better. I'm so excited for it.
It looks
it's
so
not
bad.
looking great yet.
It looks so bad.
I mean, it's not that it looks bad. It's just very lackluster. Like the first trailer, I was like,
"Oh, it's gonna be so bad."
No, it's not.
My question is why are we changing? Like, why is it like halfway through photorealism and cube men? Like,
have you seen the villagers and stuff? It looks really bad.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure I'll watch it. And then the last one I'll say is the F1 movie coming out. I think
with
Brad Pitt.
Is that with Hemsworth? No, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt. Yeah.
I'm a big F1 fan, so I'm really excited.
Well, first of all, time out. You gave us like 4 for Marvel. Choose one. He's like Fantastic Four, Daredevil, Wonder Man.
Most excited for Fantastic Four. Daredevil's going to be the best.
Okay.
And I want to be excited for Wonder Man, but I don't think it's gonna do what it needs to do for us.
Wonder Man's been having.
I think it'll be all right.
Production things.
I think it'll be all right. I
think
the problem might be
20-minute episodes are going to be. Yeah, it's going to be short.
That's the issue. We found out today that Brad Winterbaum from Marvel said the episodes are ranged from 20 minutes to 40 minutes. Like what? Why would you give us a 20-minute episode?
Nasty, yeah.
So that was kind of my worry for it. But yeah, so those were probably all my movies. I'm excited about a lot of stuff. I'm actually, as much as I just said I hate Hope and Superman, typically I'm very hard to displease. I'm actually a very bad movie critic because I'm very capable of disconnecting myself from the noise, watching a movie and enjoying it for what it is. Yeah, this is a problem Warren and I have always had because you watch anything and if you're not sitting there nitpicking it, it's very hard for me to walk away. Like if I walk away from a movie and I get on here and I'm like, guys, this movie was bad. It was bad because I don't do that.
Something went wrong.
I don't do that often. Like I'll go watch Superman because I don't like Superman, but I'll watch it and I'll enjoy it. I just don't connect with them. Go ahead, Jasmine. I know.
Sorry, no, I just want to throw one more movie that I feel like we're all excited for. How to Train Your Dragon. I think that is also one that I am very talk about a nostalgic feeling. That
Epic
is the
Universe opening up over here real soon, guys.
That one too.
How to Train Your Dragon Land in Universal Orlando.
That's cool.
The animated movie is so good, and it really feels like they are capturing it with the trailers that we've seen.
I hope that this film does really well because I'm very excited. I think How to Train Your Dragon 3 was my favorite just because it kind of sealed everything. I know that the second one is very sad and we do like emotion in this chat, but I think the third one kind of will. Yeah,
I mean, we like happy emotion too, you know. The happy emotion.
You want to be able to see the trilogy realized.
I want to see it. Yeah, I want to see it realized in life. That's a great way of saying it. I want to see it actualized and fulfilled via live action.
100%. Yeah, okay. I honestly, that's number 2 for me of the How to Train Your Dragon series. I love that sad shit. I love it.
Hello, Fire. Annyeonghaseyo. I see you're Korean.
Annyeonghaseyo.
One last time for the chat as we wrap up. Jasmine. Law, Chris,
boom.
I'm Warren. You guys know me as Cosmic, and we have to wrap here. But I'll close by saying it's it's a pretty close tie between the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, and Daredevil. I'm gonna have to go Fantastic Four, and then I'm gonna have to go Mission Impossible.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's 20.
I actually saw a clip
Variety.
today.
It's this year, right?
Jumping off a building.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
coming out
think
this
so.
year. He jumped off a building and caught onto a helicopter a couple days ago.
Yeah, no, Tom Cruise is
That guy's crazy.
insane. Tom Cruise is insane. On my podcast, the Multiverse podcast, we talk a lot about how he's kind of the last of like the old action heroes
Legacy
still
actors.
doing his stunts and stuff like that, right? A lot of stuff is like mocap or CGI and all this stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
He's like on the planes, in the water, in submarines and stuff. Like, I don't know if it's just like an addiction, you know, to him, because I would say he's way braver
100%.
than
Oh,
I am,
100%.
right? So
It's like the coolest mental illness anyone's ever had.
right, yeah.
Dude,
It's
one-
There are
like-
other adjectives for sure, but yeah,
Yeah,
well,
100%.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude definitely wants to steal his legacy with an accident. You know, like Tom Cruise.
No,
went out
I don't
and
think he ever will. I think
You
he'll
don't
be
think
the
he
guy
does?
that
just made it.
I think he's just
Knock
gonna be
on some
old one
wood.
day and be like, "Look at everything I did." You know what I mean?
That'd be crazy. I mean, I'd be
Do
happy
you-
for that.
This is, I won't say this. It's bitter. It's a morbid way to end the stream, so I won't say it. I'm just gonna
well,
say,
No, we
okay,
want it.
I'll
We
say
all
it.
want
Do
it.
you
All of
think
us
he
want
just
it.
do you think he just always acts? He always keeps doing the stuff and then it kills him one day. Like
That's what I was just saying.
That's
I
what
think
he
he wants
said,
to
yeah.
be sealed in his legacy.
Oh,
He'll go out. I didn't want to say go out by dying, but he'll go out with an accident.
No, but
Like,
that's what I was thinking.
yeah, no, he's gonna drive his motorcycle
think-
off the wrong cliff one day, and
And I think
that'll
he'll
be it.
love that.
I don't think he
he'd
would
love it.
hate that. I think he would like that.
No, I think the problem is you keep saying steal the legacy. I think the problem is he set this precedent that he is the stunt actor, and so he has to continue to topple it to stay relevant. And so, yeah, I do think, you know,
Yeah,
like
there's
Ward is
definitely a
saying,
point to
something
that
is
too.
going to happen. Either
Yeah.
he's going to get, he may not die, but I do think he might end up getting some sort of severe accident that at that
And it-
point, there is no insurance that can cover him. He's just going to, you know, quote himself out.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's gonna have to. Yeah, it's gonna be back. Yeah. So
Well, I don't know who's gonna stop him, but it won't be him. So
No. It's
I don't
definitely
know.
yeah, it's not gonna be him. There's never enough with that guy. It's awesome. It's awesome to see, to be honest. I'm a big fan.
Gotcha. I will say this. I want to address something. Brandon Croft, thanks for pointing this out. He said, I've been subscribed for a long time, but the unsubscribe bug is back. Just realized it
Oh.
unsubscribed me. Make sure you are to check if you're subscribed. I have noticed that like randomly one time on YouTube, it was like, hey, you just lost 400 subscribers in like a minute. And I'm like, there's no way
Oh,
like 400 people
We only
simultaneously
gain
watch a
subscribers here,
video
YouTube.
that hates me. Yeah, I was like, that's interesting. So yes,
What
please
video
make
from my
sure-
past is on the internet right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
God,
That's the, you
yeah.
freak out. You're like, what happened? What is out there that people hate
What
me
did
for
I
all of a
say
sudden?
last
Like,
night?
oh, it's happened.
Yeah. So, but thank you to Anthony. What up? Thank you.
Oh,
Before we wrap
where's
up,
your
love you
Spider-Man
guys.
thing?
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Before we wrap up, love you guys. Thank you for all the hard
Bling,
work.
bling, bling, bling,
You see and
bling.
don't see it in chat,
Bling,
Misty.
bling,
Yes.
bling, bling, bling,
Thank you for being here, Anthony. Thank you, Bucky, for being here. For modding as well. Thank you to my wonderful guests for being here. We will be back next week. Hopefully, we can all get back next week. Realistically, there's going to be some weeks where we can't all sync up, but we do hope to do the show every single week for you guys and get used to these people's beautiful faces because they're going to be here each week, hopefully, most of the time for the show. So thank you to everybody for being here. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Any final non-morbid thoughts from anybody to wrap it up here?
yes. I love fan art.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We
Send
should maybe we'll get a Cosmo Wonder PO
Competition.
box going. And if you guys want to send any fan art, you can send it our way.
Hmm.
Law's about to
Ooh.
do fan art, I think. I don't maybe.
No,
I don't know
no.
what he's doing.
Good job.
I'm prepping for the next thing, and I have to go
Gotcha.
drive.
He's
an
like, I'm
hour
already
to
out
the-
the door. He's like, I'm done.
It's
Okay.
already
Like,
late
can we
for the
speed
next
this along?
Oh my gosh. Anthony says Law doing the Jiho meme, and Jiho is his bias. So
Oh, that is my
But,
bias. Wow.
I will end it on the positive note of saying it's been decided, I think, that we are the Cosmic Crew. So thank you everybody for showing up for the Cosmic Crew, and we will be back next week. See you guys.
Bye.
Woof, woof.
Bye, everyone. Oh, woof, woof.
We're still